What's up? Welcome to Screen Fiend, and I think it's only right with Den of Thieves coming out today that we talk about my favorite action movie of all time, as this is basically a remake of the classic movie of all time, Heat, with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino sharing the screen at the same time. It was monumental and one of the best performances you're ever going to see. This is my favorite action drama movie of all time. And it's flawless. It is a perfect movie. 4 stars out of 4. Hands down. In this film, you're based off... This is not your average bank robbers. Okay? They're not cat burglars. This is the not effing around crew. For real. They're professional, and if it gets out of hand, they will not hesitate for a minute to get down. Michael Mann is keen for sound, look. Most of his guys wore suits. These guys went to work basically in business suits. They walked around in suits, and they conducted business and was not screwing around. And Robert De Niro's character played this character out of jail named Neil McCauley, and he was an expert at taking scores, working with bank robbers, and you could tell that there was an underground sense of this is how we do things around here. Like, there's a family or a clique, because there's older guys that they confide in, that they pay for scores. There's people who pay for these jobs and they get a percentage of these heists, and they have all this information. There's a criminal underworld that goes around, and all these individual crews go out and do these jobs. Well, something goes wrong on one of the jobs when they hire one person to fit into the crew. And normally it's always someone that they met in jail, or they know who's not an officer of the law. They didn't just pick them up off the streets. They would actually have to know somebody in order to bring them into the situation that they're in. There's so many sub-stories in here, and they all fit. And it's so amazingly done that I don't even think that there was even room for editing. And De Niro played that role to perfection, and so did Al Pacino, who played the perfect, like, obsessive cop. He's so addicted to the job of a homicide detective. He's so good at that, he cannot balance switching it off and going home and dealing with his personal life. Something we never really saw from a cop's perspective. They really brought that element out as he's on the tail end of a third marriage that's falling apart. You got one of the guys in the crew, one of his best guys, Val Kilmer, his character, and what he's dealing with his life, with his wife, who's played by Ashley Judd, and he's addicted to gambling, and he loses basically all the money that they get from a score. He goes out and he's playing bookies because he's a degenerate gambler. So he's once again on the outs. He's in, he's out of the house, and she's tired of it. So he's got to do these jobs because he needs the money. He needs the break. So while all of these things in development is going on, there's one big job that they want to do and take down, and Al Pacino is the only one that's there to stand in their way. And they've always been one step ahead of the cops and one step ahead of Pacino through the entire film. But just like anything you do that's flawless, there's some details in between that you just can't control those elements. But it is so well thought out and done. Even the sub-stories are done very well in this film. There's about 2 sub stories that kind of take you away from the action and give you a little bit of more insight to a situation, then they go right back to the main story. But it gives you enough detail so you can know, and it doesn't take away from the film and make a total turn and take you down a road that it doesn't get back to. Everything completes into one big circle. This is a great mystery, smart crime, drama, action. Heat is it. It's just it. I'm sorry. I could watch Heat right now. It don't even feel like a 2-hour movie. And this is back before 2-hour movies was even the thing. It came out in 95 and was a monster. One of my favorite movies. I think is Michael Mann's best film. And I'm out.